Hello, everybody. Hope you like that new intro screen. I was editing it last night, though of course I did not put together the art. But if you are curious about the art credits for that, I have included them in the description below. But yes, I was pretty excited about that new intro. Figured it was time, time to add another one to the list. So I'm glad to have it. Also, nice to see all of you here in the chat. So Robo and Terraditto, welcome. Terraditto says, oh, cute news starting soon. Oh, glad you like it. And Robo asks, who is Axe's favorite captain? A tough question. Very tough one, because there are so many good ones. Back in the day, I used to be like, well, Kirk, obviously, but that was back when I had pretty much only seen the original series. And I still am quite fond of Kirk. He will always have a special place in my heart. But since then, I've gotten exposed to some of the other captains. And some of the other ones, of course, that I've seen are Captain Picard from The Next Generation, Captain Sisko from Deep Space Nine. I'm currently making my way through Voyager. I've not seen all of Voyager yet. Still on season 3. But I do like Janeway a lot, too. I know there was, of course, Enterprise after that, and then some of the other newer ones, or yet newer ones. If I had to pick one captain, though, who is my favorite at this point, I would say Captain Picard. Something about his gravitas, his sense of wisdom, his idealism. I think he's the most philosophical of all the captains. And so that is something that really draws me to him. And also just as a fictional character, as a role model in general, to me, it just seems like Captain Picard is just wonderful. But of course, they all are in their own ways. Blue Ice Cubes, oh, welcome. Love the new intro. The artist did amazing. Yeah, I was really happy with how the art turned out. The artist did a great job. Gravity Gestalt, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Not sure that I've seen you here before. It's always nice to see new faces. Let's go more Star Trek. Yes, yes, indeed. Sisko and Janeway are my top 2. Oh, those are also very solid choices. Yeah, I think with Sisko, one thing that really stands out to me about him is just the situation that he was put in. Not to say the other captains weren't put in difficult situations, but I think that one thing Deep Space Nine portrays really well is the sheer brutality of war, and also just the difficulty, really maybe impossibility would be a better word, of avoiding dealing with war in a situation where you just have to have dirty hands. In some sense, there's just no way to avoid having blood on your hands, and you just have to make the least bad out of many, terrible decisions. And I think that Sisko is someone you can see as having been put into many of those situations. But also Janeway with being stuck in the Delta Quadrant. Her situation was not by no means easy either. Picard is easily top tier for that reason. Good choice. Yes, yes, indeed. So chat, this is my first time playing this game. Which is not surprising, given that this game just came out, I think, yesterday. So still very new. But I was really intrigued when I saw, like, hey, a Voyager game, because there have been plenty of Star Trek games, but really not that many of Voyager. Voyager's relatively less seen in the video game sphere when it comes to Star Trek. And so I thought, hey, this might be a cool thing. Also, I realize some of you might have just been blasted with the sound there. Speaking of, since this is my first time playing this game on stream, it looks like the sound only plays when my mouse is actively in the window. So like right now, at least if OBS is to be believed, you all are not hearing any sound. But once I click in, see, like now you all should be able to hear some sound. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the Voyager opening theme song. It's very nostalgic hearing it play here in the opening menu. Might be a little bit loud right now. I'm just going to lower the sound in OBS slightly. All right. I think that should help with it. But chat, if it's ever too loud or too quiet, just let me know, and I can easily update the sound. So my hope for this game is for it to really put us in the spot of a captain, the circumstances of a captain having to make difficult decisions, putting us in Janeway's shoes. where we have to decide, okay, like, who lives and who dies, or how will we resolve this situation diplomatically if that's the route that we're going, or even just like, what is this weird alien entity that we're facing? How do we make sense of what's going on? Can we approach this in a philosophical way? Will there be inspiring speeches in this game? I do not know, chat. But the theme music is really getting to me now. It's making me feel like, yes, we can find out the answers. Whatever we try, whatever we set our minds to, we can do it, chat. There is nothing that we cannot do. So, with that in mind, let us move forward, chat, into the great unknown, across the expanse, across the universe. New game. Ooh, here we have our difficulties. Safe adventure. Okay, focus on the journey. Recommended for players who want to enjoy the story and exploration without the constant pressure of the fight for survival. Resources are plentiful. Combat is manageable. Dialogue and mission less challenging. Homesickness. Oh, there's like a homesickness meter in this game. I guess it makes sense given the premise of the show. It's just kind of funny to me. I've never seen that mechanic in a game before. Okay, survival. Now, this is the authentic Delta Quadrant experience, recommended for experienced strategists and resource managers. Resource limited. Combat is challenging. Sickness is a problem. Years of hell. The ultimate stress test, chat. Recommended for players who have already completed survival mode and wish to put their skills to the test. Oh no. Do you think we're up for it, chat? Years of hell difficulty. Homesickness is a major problem. Normally when I play a game like this for the first time, I just go for, middle of the road. Because although I do like to think of myself as someone who has a fair bit of experience with video games, I don't like to necessarily put my skills to the test that much on a first playthrough. And I feel like adventure might just be a little too easy. So, yeah, this would be, as you say, TP Ninja, sending myself to suffer. I'm thinking survival, though, sounds like a pretty good happy medium. That's what I normally choose in games like this. Blue Ice Cube's never seen any of the Star Trek, but I've heard a bit of it. Okay, so this would be like your first exposure then. Any of the original 4 main series are a worthwhile start, can't go wrong. Absolutely agree with that, Gravity Gestalt. That, yeah, classic Trek. So like any of the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, or Voyager, like any of those, that is the real heart and soul of Star Trek. So chat, let us begin. Survival mode. Ooh, here it is. You are the captain of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your ship and crew. Plot a course through procedurally generated star systems. Your unique ship build and the decisions you make will reshape the story. Prove you aren't a masochist. Pick survival today. Yes, I'm not that much of a masochist. Sometimes I play masochistic games on stream, but today is not one of those days. Oh, and I see it's compiling the shaders. Yes, that is important. Compile those shaders, computer. Another thing I've heard about this game is that it actually includes plot lines from several of the episodes. And that is something I'm looking forward to seeing, being able to actually play out some of the episodes and maybe make different choices and see how things would have played out. Because I do think that was a really solid idea. Like, not to say that there's anything wrong with having original stories, and I hope that the game does have plenty of those too, but some of the episodes are just iconic, and I'm not going to say anything about them now because I don't want to spoil them, but you'll probably know from my reactions once they come up in the game. Be like, hey, this is from that episode. I did like Star Trek Beyond. Of the 3 new movies, it was the most traditional Star Trek feeling of the 3. Yeah, I very much agree. To me, it felt like I was watching an original series episode, but just... Oh, here we go.
A few days back, this Captain Janeway breezes into my cozy penal colony like she always...
Hey, it's Tom Paris.
She's stern and smells like coffee and regulations. And the kicker? She's served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out, her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found, and because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis. She puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage. The USS Voyager. Might even get to touch the helm.
Here we go, warp. Sorry, I think my head might have been blocking it, but the warp looked really cool. Okay, now here we're actually on the bridge now. Yeah, I like that they actually got Tom Paris's voice actor to do some of the voiceovers. Of course, for a game like this, I know there are budget constraints, and they weren't able to get voiceovers for the entire crew and for most of the scenes. But it's cool that they at least got something, you know? Like, I respect that they had at least what we were shown there in the intro. They make you deal with Tuvix right away. Hey, well, I'm all ready for it. That is one of my favorite episodes in terms of the questions that it raises, so I like that they just put that front and center. So here's Captain Janeway. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy. Ready for your first deep space assignment? Ooh, Harry Kim. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. I see Tom Paris has his classic panache. The Maquis. Wow, I heard a lot of stories about them. Relax. I was with Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Penal colony. Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands. This is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. I see. So they're beginning right where the show starts. Keeping it very, very faithful to the spirit of the show here. Into the Badlands. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Yeah, that sounds like her. Yeah, so far the dialogue all fits the characters' personalities pretty well. Yuavko says, I want to ask off-topic philosophy questions. I understand the impulse, Yuavko. I understand the impulse. I would say philosophy questions are welcome, but I would ask to try to keep them on topic. However, if you ever do feel like asking something philosophically and it's something that it does not fit with a particular stream, keep in mind you can always DM me on Discord. So I think you know my Discord because we're both in Karis's server. So yeah, I'm always happy to chat if you ever have questions on anything about anything like that. So let us continue. Alright, Kim says, scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? Ooh. I hate that she puts it like that. It makes me feel like I'm ratting them out to her. Which, I mean, I guess I am. But still, you know. Tom Paris says, wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain. But they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetryon beam scanning us. And a displacement wave heading toward us. Oh no. Incoming! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges toward Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert! Helm, evasive maneuvers. Too late. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. Oh no. Here it comes, chat. The wave that started it all on that fateful day. Aftermath. the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Something tells me, chat, she's not going to find the doctor there. The doctor did not receive that message. Yep. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Okay. Ooh, here, for our first tutorial, chat. Click on the question mark icon on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Okay. Activate the stellar cartography in the lower left part of the ship. To activate it, open its menu by selecting the room and switching on the power supply. Okay. So here's, okay, stellar cartography, and then we just click. Power, okay, switch on. That's easy enough. See, I could be a starship captain, chat. All I just do is switch on the power. Yep. See, we are good to go. I mean, you are... Oh, yeah, like I was ratting them out. Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah, gravity gestalt. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but, what Harry is trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. Ooh, yep. Here it is, the caretaker. Yep, we are already a long way from home, chat. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. I like that they always give Harry Kim, like, the panicked lines. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Ooh, scan points of interest, marked with white question marks, to reveal resources. I see. Scan until you reveal deuterium, the fuel resource. Okay, seems easy enough. All right, let's scan over here, chat. We'll start in the lower left corner. Oh, okay, Voyager's over here. Well, actually, we'll start with scanning things that are closest to us. Here's one question mark. Ooh, this is cool. You can shift around and see where you are in relation to everything else. So Voyager's right there. Let's see, how do I scan? So I'm clicking on it, but nothing's happening. Oh, okay, if I right click on it, maybe that's how I do it. Or maybe I need to just zoom in a little bit more. Okay, it says right click scan. Oh, there we go. Chat, what I was doing wrong is I was trying to scan the question mark itself, but that doesn't work. You have to click scan on the actual thing that the question mark is above. You can't just scan the question mark. Sorry, classic video gaming error here. My instincts have been corrupted by other video games where it's like you click on the question mark itself, but this one's a little different, apparently. Ooh, Tom says, let's grab the deuterium then. Ooh, first try. Okay, found the deuterium that I needed. First try. Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. When traveling, time passes in the form of cycles. I see. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. Different colors of the chance bar represent the possible outcomes. Dark green and light green. Ooh, okay, excellent and good outcomes. Higher rewards such as extra resources, morale increase, etc. Ooh, Neelix will like that since he's the morale officer. Yellow, average outcomes can include minor setbacks. Orange and red, bad and terrible outcomes lead to low rewards, and medium to major setbacks like destroyed rooms, hull damage, or severe injuries. All right. So those are the ways of recognizing our chances. All right, so this is just one cycle away. Why don't I go over here? Yeah, set a course. And I'll get the deuterium that the crew needs. We detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. The debris appears to be the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful here. Oh, sorry, Chad. I realized that it looks like you can't see because... Okay, maybe now. Don't worry, Chad. I'll be back. I'm just taking myself out of this temporarily so you can see it. Collect any easily accessible resources. Use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection. Or leave for now. I'm thinking we should go with the tractor beam, chat. Well, the tractor beam, though, does have a bit more of a possibility of setbacks, but we can get more deuterium. I'll tell you what, since we're in kind of a rough spot right now, I'm going to play it safe. But maybe later, I'll go for the riskier option. Collect any easily accessible resources. Captain, we collected anything we could without risk. I'm happy to report that was a considerable amount. Actually, you know what? Maybe it would be easier if I go like this. Because, yeah, I feel like a lot of the information of the game is going to be on this lower right-hand part. 65% reward distribution, 441 in total stored. Okay. That's a pretty good success. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. I'm not exactly sure what gray mode is. I suppose it's maybe just reduced power. Ooh, Captain, ready to increase warp core output. Good, that sounds like something that will be important and help us. The warp core is the reactor that powers the ship. To generate energy, it continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Increase the power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to a higher tier. I see. So there's our deuterium. Produce more. Okay, energy and... All right. So this is main engineering. Oh yes, here's the warp core. Right now we're at tier 1. Oh, that's easy. All I had to do was just click on that one time. You know, like that they make these little quality of life adjustments here. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Okay. Scan for life signs or try hailing them? Yeah, why don't we scan for life signs first? Scan the ship for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. Time to scan the array, then. What about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room prepared and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. Ah, yes, indeed. So these are the 3 main resources. You have deuterium, which is our fuel. You have duranium and tritanium, essential for construction and repair. Okay, so that's number 2 there. Crews need to operate key systems and rooms. Ooh, that is a good point, you know. No matter how much deuterium or dilithium or duranium or tritanium I have, can't do anything with it if I don't have the crew. And right now I have, okay, 50 crew total. It looks like 32 idling. So collect and store uranium to repair the transporter room. All right, let's scan this planet and see. Resources, deuterium. Well, I need uranium. So maybe I'll scan this other one. Ooh, okay, this one is one that I need. So probably this would be the best one to go to. Ooh, abandoned vessel. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down but structurally sound, with sealed storage compartments. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from the other parts of the ship. Ooh, I can't choose that option now. Because I need torpedo... Oh, torpedo launch bay level 1. Could destroy the vessel and salvage the debris. Yeah, I think we should focus on salvaging the other parts of the ship then. Dang it. It was in the green for like that whole time, except for the very end. We have found a few resources, Captain. Yeah, 45% reward distribution, 30 or 34, yeah, 34 total stored. Okay, well at least that's something, you know, I'll take it. We now have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter, Captain. Damaged rooms are not operational. Select a room to bring up the room controls. If you have the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate repairs. I see. All right, then. Let's repair the transporter room. Okay, so 14, and I definitely have... Okay, I have 34 and only need 14. All right. Time to repair it. Yep. Now we are good to go. Transporters are back online, Captain. I like how they let you see the cross-section of the ship in the different rooms. That is really cool, too. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. That it is, Captain, that it is. Oh yes, here's the array. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Ooh, we got an away mission here. So here's the transport room. Away missions present a series of challenges. Okay. Heroes possess skills and traits. All right. Very much like the show. So pretty. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. Yeah, I agree. Gravity Gestalt. It is very, especially the space scenes, I think, in this game. I really like the skyboxes and just general space phenomena that are shown. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. All right. So, I see they're starting us off easy here. Only 2 choices. All right. And we only need 2 people. And looks like, okay. I suppose this must refer to, yeah, piloting skill, engineering, and medic. And then Harry Kim, that's his science skill and engineering. Okay. Recommended traits, pilot, and then Harry's quick-witted, and Tom's a good pilot. So yeah, I'd say we're covered, chat. We should be all set to finish this mission on a good note. Tutorial away mission. Decide on an approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. Okay. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. I think voice lines for the characters would fill a lot of the silence in this game and be fitting for the fans. It would, Blue Ice Cubes. I agree with that. And I think that that's one of the main pieces of feedback that people have been feeling so far. Like, even people who like the game have been saying, like, look, wouldn't it make it a lot better if there were voiceovers? I think the difficulty they had is really just ultimately a matter of budget. I think that probably they just didn't have the budget to hire the voice actors for the game. But who knows, if this game does really well, maybe if they ever make a sequel or like another Star Trek game, they might do voiceovers in it. That would be really cool. Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Could look for footprints or strange noises. Scan for any life signs or strange energy signatures. Okay. Thinking... Well, this one has required chemistry 33, and neither of my characters has that. 20. Ooh, actually, okay, both of my characters fall a little bit short on both of these. Why don't we scan for... Let's look for any footprints or strange noises. I'm going to go with this one. Scan for any life signs or strange energy signatures. Okay, it looks like we still have a pretty good chance of success. Okay, good. Just glad they didn't use AI voices as a substitute. Yeah, true. That would, I think, really... That would be a major downer. And it would be a constant reminder, too. Because it would be going on through pretty much the whole game. Yeah, I likewise am glad that they did not go down that dark path. Let's see, Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, oops, sorry, I'll try to put my head like this, chat, so you can read it. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Yeah, this is all sounding pretty familiar, chat. Somehow I think I know what's going to happen. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. I see. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. All right, that sounds good. I don't know if they'll be able to rest just yet, but once they get back to the ship, maybe. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Could demand to know what's going on. Try to read his body language for any clues. Argue with the facts that this can't be a farm on Earth, and you want to know what's going on. Well, Harry's fatigued already, so if I go with Tom here, maybe I'll go with... This one has lower reward, but less risk. 25. Demand to know what's going on. I think we should start by just trying to read his body language for any clues. That seems to me like that's the safe option. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off. Oh, wait. Maybe. Okay, maybe now you can see it a little more easily. Something feels off, like he is putting on an act, but they can't quite put a finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early, and how it is not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Well, that's nice of him. Yeah, I mean, I could go for a corn cob. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. Okay, good to know. If the accumulated skill is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance for a critical success. Ooh, golden part of the chance bar. Kind of reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons a little bit. Like getting a critical hit. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Ooh, I see. So now Tom is fatigued and Harry's not, even though Harry was fatigued earlier. It looks like just, even though like he hasn't gotten to sleep yet, just the fact that he didn't have to do anything in that last decision, now he's rested. So we can investigate the barn wall for a hidden door. Try to analyze what these energy readings could be. Try to find a way to break the illusion of the wall. Well, this one has a pretty high reward. Maybe I'll go for this one. Try to break the illusion of the wall. Since Tom's fatigued, I'm not going to... Well... Ooh, actually, we do have a chance of a critical hit on that. Maybe I'll take that chance then. Let's see, will we get the critical hit, chat? Oh, okay. We didn't quite get the critical hit, but that's okay. It was worth the try. I'll watch the rest later. Thanks for playing this game. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Gravity Gestalt. It was good to see you here. And I hope you have a nice rest of the evening. Also, yeah, blue ice cubes. I was thinking something similar earlier. Like I couldn't think of any examples off the top of my head of games doing that now, but in light of that, it's interesting. Your comment, Robo, when you say it, I've seen it used in cheap games on Steam, like asset flipped kind of games. Wouldn't surprise me if it becomes a more major part of even not just the asset flip games at some point soon. Like I have a feeling we'll probably start seeing more of that. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air, but before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half-Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Oh, yes. So we did get the deuterium then, that's good. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. Oh no. Major decision time, chat. Are you ready for this one? These people must be the missing Maquis. They're being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. So we could wake up the tattooed man, or wake up the half-Klingon woman. Well, this one looks like it has the highest chance of success. And yeah, somehow it seems like we're going to need both of these. Both of these people are going to be pretty important. Since I got a lot of deuterium on the previous decision, probably I should go with this one, since it has the reward of the other building material that I don't have as much of. So I'm going to go with this one for right now. Your choice has consequence. Okay, good. It was a success. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room, and everything goes blank. I don't exactly know how that decision got us plus 20 of this building material. Like, it seems like the building material is just neither here nor there, but hey, if it's giving me that, you know, I'll take it. Ooh, mission complete. Okay. So good. Tom and Harry both leveled up. This is going to be the start of their beautiful friendship, chat. Successful challenges 4. Okay, critical. No critical successes, but that's okay. Injury-free bonus. Total plus 300. Not bad all in all for a first mission. A sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Sorry for going way off topic. Oh, no worries, Robo. You weren't going off topic. It was actually pretty on topic for what we were talking about with the voice lines and the lack of voiceovers in this game. Captain. What happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? We were there for only an hour, right, Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. Then he's still on the array. But why were you released and not? The Maquis are hailing us, Captain. Putting them on the screen. Ooh, yep, there's Chakotay. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. My chief engineer, B'Elanna Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. Seems we share a problem, and it would make sense if we solved it together. Oh, wait, maybe no. Sorry, the position of the text of this game keeps changing. I'm going to try to keep moving myself to make sure you all can read it. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his Maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Captain, this is Tuvok, my... Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. Ooh, she's just gonna blow his cover like that? As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us to Starfleet's waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you I performed my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you, too. Are you forming a Maquis Traders Club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Taurus and Kim back from the array. Just want NPCs to run at LM so we can have endless conversations with NPCs like with those mods for Skyrim, but the personal compute is a big demand. But I could see an always online game if they're working. I think there are some games vaguely like that, aren't there? I haven't seen many of them, but... And isn't there like a mystery one that some streamers have played? I could be wrong, though. But yeah, I do agree, Robo, that would be a cool direction for games, for certain NPCs, or for certain kinds of games. I could see that having a lot of potential, especially when it comes to things like replayability. We're playing ping pong with the overlays. Yeah, it's just one of those games, you know. You just have to kind of roll with it. So adding random spaces worked. Oh, like random spaces between, yeah, where I am in chat is and all of that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep looking at OBS to make sure I'm not neglecting it, but yeah, might just have to keep playing ping pong with it a little bit more. Chakotay is taking this pretty well overall. He says, we can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Oh, good. Now I have Tuvok with us. He's going to be super helpful. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support. Secure core decks and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Ooh, more tutorials. Okay. So my life support... To be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit of the corresponding deck. Okay. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. And so here's the life support. Provides artificial gravity and a breathable atmosphere. Without life support, a deck cannot function, and its building space is inaccessible. Well, that makes sense. So switch on. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And, of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Engineering office. Okay, do I have a repair crew? Yep, I do. Okay. Not sure what that resource is. With the circle icon there. Dismantle, upgrade. Okay, I guess those are going to be options that are relevant later, but for right now, just going to repair it. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in this system and gather more deuterium and duranium. Can't argue with that logic, Tuvok. I know Vulcans are always going to be the most logical. So, Class E planet, nothing new to reveal. What about this one right here? Class Y planet. This is one. Okay, it has duranium at least. And I'm close to it, so I might as well. I saw that one place where AIs post without humans being able to. It's all just clankers complaining about their human users. I heard about that site too. An interesting prospect for a website. Also, what's this game? This is a game based on Star Trek Voyager Web of Concepts. Also, yeah, welcome Web of Concepts. Nice to see you. But yeah, this game just came out, I think, a day or two ago. And it's called Across the Unknown. So based on the series Star Trek Voyager, which if anybody doesn't know, just for some context on the series, was mostly in the 90s. I think around 1995 was when this series started, and then it concluded sometime around maybe 2001. Had about 7 seasons, I think. Kind of like a lot of Star Trek shows went with the 7-season plan. And you don't really see it as represented in games as some of the other series, so it's kind of cool that they made one of this game. The creation use of the word clankers will always be so strange to me, even as a joke. Yeah, anytime someone says it, I do feel like I have to like look over my shoulder and be like, oh, is anyone offended, or did I just offend someone? Construction report. It just has that vibe to it, even if you're not, if you don't think it's offensive, or if you haven't offended anyone. It's just impossible to escape that sense that maybe you have. Or maybe a future AI looking back on it will be like, hey, why did you say this that one time? Being canceled by AI in the future. That would be truly having hit rock bottom. Kind of surprised you were one of only 6 people playing this game live on all of YouTube, so that's neat. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I thought it would have been a little bit more than that. But hey, I guess that's the way these things go sometimes. Construction report. Engineering office. Life support active. Provides up to 1 work team. Total cost after activation. Built. Okay, just... Oh, I see. This is... The engineering office is now repaired. That's what that's reporting to me. Close the... Automatically finish all actions. Activate all activatable rooms. And collect all resources from removed rooms. Enter ship to manage manually. I think I can just close. I'll do that automatically. Ooh, here's Tuvok again. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building or repairing rooms, even clearing debris, occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. I see. Oh no, I'm starting to get the sense, chat, there's going to be a lot to keep track of in this game, and I might forget some of it. If I do though, chat, you'll have to help me out. You will be my crucial last line of defense. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. Yep, Vulcans with their logic. Ooh, we have the morale tutorial now. The morale bar shows your current morale. The change to morale per cycle into icons indicating your crew's needs. Okay. So that's the morale bar, I see. Change to morale per cycle. Open the overview screen and switch to morale to get detailed info about your crew's needs. Alright. Decisions, ship management, food, crew quarters, and events affect crew morale. If morale falls to 0, the crew mutinies, and the game is over. Oh no. When Neelix comes on board, he's gonna, as my morale officer, he's gonna have to make sure that it never falls to 0. Life support. Yeah, I think we should switch life support on Deck 2. Life support restored on Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Yeah, I think we should get a repair crew on this ASAP. So then that way, the crew can actually eat proper food again. It's bound to have a good effect on morale. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. The ruined room must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Okay, yeah, the ship is heavily damaged and many parts are destroyed beyond repair. To free up new building space, you will first have to remove the remnants of the old. Select the room and give the order to clear the debris. Moving debris takes time. Cycles to pass time travel on the map. Okay, easy enough. There's a ruined room. Use a work team to clear it up for more building space and gain a few resources. Ooh, that's nice. That clearing the room will give some resources back. What's actually the plot of Star Trek? So, big question, Blue Ice Cubes. I don't know if I'll be able to give a comprehensive answer to it, but one thing I can just briefly say is that it's about sort of Earth and humans, and well, other species as well, in the 23rd century, or maybe I guess 24th century, depending on which Star Trek series you're on, or well, even sometimes maybe even the 25th century for some of the more recent ones. But suffice it to say that several centuries from now, humanity has expanded beyond Earth, beyond the solar system, and has made contact with various other civilizations, alien races, and many of these are united in what's called the United Federation of Planets. And so Earth and humanity are part of the Federation, but so are like Vulcans, for example, like Tuvok's race. Tuvok is a Vulcan. And in the original series, the one that aired in the 1960s with Captain Kirk, the focus of that show was on the Starship Enterprise, which was the United Federation's flagship. And they had a 5-year mission to explore new worlds in space, to seek out new life, new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before, as Captain Kirk put it in the opening little intro section of each episode. And so that was just the basic premise of that show, is just like the Enterprise crew going to these various planets and like encountering new life forms and such, and the situations that they would get in and like trying to get themselves out of trouble. And then after that, I mean, of course, there were other, like there was the animated series, which isn't really as widely known, so we don't have to talk about that one much. But the next major one was The Next Generation, which aired in the late 80s to early 90s, and that was with Captain Picard. It was also on board the Enterprise, but it was a new version of the Enterprise, and that show was about the Enterprise's continuing mission to find new alien species and new worlds, exploring, and kind of serving as both like an exploration and a military vessel. And the show went into, you know, the conflicts between the Federation and certain other alien species like the Romulan Empire and such. And so that was that. And then, oh yeah, Deep Space Nine aired in the 90s, and that was about a space station Deep Space Nine, and the war between especially between a federation of alien races known as the Dominion and the Federation, the United Federation of Planets. And Deep Space Nine was right next to a wormhole, a stable wormhole, so that was a big kind of focus of that show. And then Voyager, which is what we're sort of on now, was about a ship that's transported 70,000 light years away to the Delta Quadrant, and they're tasked to get home. So anyway, that's just a very bird's eye view of sort of classic Star Trek and the premise of each show. So it's like you're playing Fallout Shelter Dispatch, FTL, and The Sims all at once. Yeah, basically. I haven't played some of those games, but like I know enough about them to say, like, yes, I'm pretty confident the answer to that question is affirmative. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. Yes, indeed we should. Ooh, here's something. Class P planet. Let's see, is there anything closer? Ooh, yeah, this one looks a little bit closer. Ooh, here's a Class M planet. Yeah, why don't we go over here? All right, good. The mess hall life support is active. That's going to help crew morale. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. I concur, Tuvok. I concur. Now, what are they going to say once they get to Neelix's cooking, though? Is that going to tank my crew morale? Is that going to be, like, nightmare difficulty once Neelix starts cooking for the crew? Also, to those who haven't seen the show, I apologize. Some of these references are probably difficult to get. They'll make more sense, though, once we get a little bit further in the game. Just going to take a quick water break. Don't forget to drink water, chat. So tutorial, replicator food. With every cycle your crew consumes rations. You can always use emergency rations. Don't require resources but lower morale, I see. Crews used to consume premium rations made by the replicator. Those increase morale but consume deuterium, I see. All right. Well, let's see. Okay, we can use emergency rations minus 40 morale. Premium replicator rations plus 10 morale. Yeah, I think let's go with premium replicator rations because I'm doing pretty well on like I have 375. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Nice. Keep exploring the system while repairs are in progress. Wait until the ruined room is cleared. I see. Oh yeah, I can see like the entire cross-section of the ship here. Speaking of, wouldn't it be cool if Ax, Tia, and that VTuber with gray hair played Sims together? That VTuber with gray hair, yeah, I wonder who you could be referring to there, Web of Concepts. I know he has a name, but what could it be? But yeah, when it comes to The Sims, I actually do not have much experience with The Sims. Does it have a multiplayer component? If so, that's kind of cool. I'd always thought of it as more of a single-player game, but I guess maybe some of the newer ones. Perhaps they do have multiplayer. The one with gray hair scares me a little. Oh, come on. Karis isn't scary. He's a teddy bear at heart. Just a light-hearted teddy bear who wants to be everyone's friend. I think that's the real Karis Ufanor. Okay, so looks like the only thing for me to do now is go to... Oh, it looks like it's already finished. Yep, the ruined room. It's finished repairs on that abandoned vessel. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. Oh, okay, it's another abandoned vessel prompt. See, I could leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. Yeah, I might as well do that. Okay, good. So we have found a moderate amount of resources, Captain. Plus 592. Okay, good. That's really going to help me out. Replicator rations for everyone now. I think that's what... I should just make an announcement over the loudspeaker. Ruined room removal concluded. Great. Maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters? My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. Yeah, I can't argue with you there, Tom. To build new rooms, select the empty building space to bring up the construction menu. If you have enough work teams and resources, you can build the room. Every room needs a corresponding area, so plan accordingly. Okay. Teams and resources. Okay, right. So this is an empty room. Okay, yeah, I need to build a room here. Borg technology, combat technology, crew, maintenance. Oh, hey, there's RyotaRyu. Hey, chat. Hey, X. Hope you don't mind being put in the background as I fall asleep for today. Gotta feed the algorithm monster similar to the utility one. RyotaRyu, you are always welcome in these streams. And by the way, that goes for everyone. It is perfectly fine to me, however people choose to watch my streams, whether it's as like on their main screen or as something in the background. Either way is fine. I'm just glad to have people here. So, yes, I'll be one of the sheep you can count. Don't worry. That's nice of you, Blaze Cubes. I'm sure RyotaRyu appreciates that. But yes, and as does the algorithm monster. There was an old game called Artemis, I believe. Each person could use their phone or tablet or a laptop, and each person was like a crew member in the bridge, with one person being the captain with no screen. Yeah, you know, I think I know what you're referring to, Robo, because I've never played it, but some of my peers in grad school did. These were like ultra nerdy people, and, you know, they would occasionally talk about the game. So sometimes I heard stories from them about their experiences playing this game. Yeah, neat idea for a game. I kind of hope something else like that comes along in the future. It'd be cool if they made like an updated version of it. Wait, this is an AOL chat room? Shit, I'm lost. Oh, AOL chat room, man, that takes me back. Engineering office. Cargo bay, large cargo bay, battery compartment. Yeah, this menu is a little hard to figure out. Let's see. If I go to crew here, okay, yeah, crew quarters. That's what I wanted to build. Accommodates 10 crew in standard Starfleet quarters. Oh, but I need 50 of these materials and I don't have enough. Okay. All right, chat. You know what? It's time for us to explore a new world. And I think, okay, duranium. That's exactly what I need. So time for us to, and I know that takes up more resources with a longer trip, but I think it's going to be worth it. Okay, another abandoned vessel. This seems like a popular prompt for them. X49. Come on. Okay, yes. Found a moderate amount of resources. Good. So now I can build that room. If I can find... if I can find it. Where was that room that... Come on, chat, help me out here. I know there was like one of these rooms that had been fixed, but I wasn't able to build quarters in it yet. Man, so many of these rooms are ruined. Damaged. Oh, okay. Holodeck's going to improve morale too if I can fix that. Engineering. Oh, here it is, chat. Okay. Crew accommodates 10 crew in standard quarters. Operation. Oh, is it... Why is it not letting me build it? Because I have the duranium, and I have a repair crew. Oh, there is this part there. I don't know if you can see that, chat, like right above my head. There's that little circle icon that says 8 next to it. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Cycles. So 8 cycles. I have 15 cycles left. 15 dilithium. Yeah, I really don't understand why it's not letting me build this. Oh, missing technology. Yeah, maybe there's some kind of... I mean, earlier the tutorial screens made it sound like I'd be able to build this. So I'm a little surprised that it's just telling me now that I can't. But I guess, yeah, maybe there's some tech I need to... Well, I tell you what, the science laboratory, maybe that will help me out if I repair that. Okay. So while they're repairing that, maybe I can scan this planet here. Okay. This one has deuterium on it. I wonder what the equivalent of cave diving would be in space. There has to be some dangerous sport humans are doing. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes just going to space itself might... Well, with our current technology, I guess it's maybe a little dangerous. But in the future, it'd be less dangerous. Maybe, like, racing through, like, a nebula that has a lot of storms in it. That might be maybe one of the dangerous activities one could imagine. Anytime utility comes mentioned, my life feels more hopeful and colorful. I also know the premium experience of falling asleep to an Axaeon stream. Sleep well. Well, thank you, Web of Concepts. That means a lot. I appreciate that you enjoy that experience. And I'll tell Utility-kun that you feel so positively about him. I'm sure he will. That will really mean a lot. Actually, not to give too much of a spoiler, but just a little hint, a little preview. Those of you who enjoy falling asleep to my streams, I'm working on a video now that I think you might like. Here in the next week or so, I'm going to try to release it. So that's something that you can maybe look forward to. All right, the science laboratory is complete. Oh, Komi Belladonna, hi. Hello, Axis Senpai. Hello to you as well. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Enables research of technologies in the tech tree. Produces +1 science points per cycle. Each additional science laboratory increases the research speed. Okay, good. So now that I have that, maybe I can research the tech that I need. Axaeon, more like Ambion. I apologize, I can't help it. You know, Robo, I actually don't mind that one. It's better than Daddion, at least. Your previous one. So, yeah, Ambion is a step up. And hey, any progress, I think, deserves to be celebrated. I enjoy staying up to them. They go till 1 a.m. at times. Yeah, sometimes my streams do go kind of late. But yeah, always glad to have you here, Advice Cubes. Yeah, let's see if I can... Okay, ooh, max plus 577. Come on. Okay, good. Moderate amount of resources. Ooh, lost 93 due to storage, but a net gain of 484. So that's pretty good. Like, I will take that. So now maybe I can... Okay, it's still not letting me do this. Maybe it's because I have to research something in the science laboratory. Yeah, currently no research in progress. Open tech tree. So I can upgrade the cargo bay, the engineering offices, small battery compartment, buzzard collectors, or main engineering. This is a lot of upgrades, chat. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a little bit of time to absorb all these as I play the game more. Yeah, what could be the upgrade? Ooh, and that's just for engineering. Or, oh, I see, we can choose which category that we're in. So we've got the mess hall, inspired workforce, holodeck. Okay, crew quarters. I think this is the one that I need. Accommodates 10 crew members in standard Starfleet quarters. It is kind of funny to me, like do we really need like scientific research to know how to build crew quarters? I mean, come on, like all you need is like a bed, maybe like a mirror and some drawers. Like, is this really that big of a research challenge for Starfleet in the year like 2300 and whatever it is? I mean, I feel like maybe the game could have just let us like go ahead and start building crew quarters and not have to do this like first research step, but hey, you know, I'll let it slide. Begin research. Okay, 14 cycles remaining. So maybe once I complete that, apparently like it takes them like 2 weeks worth of cycles just to research how to build a bedroom for the crew members. But hey, I'll try not to harp on them too much for it. Where's the philosopher library on the ship? That is a very good question, Comey Belladonna. Yeah, I think the closest thing we have right now is probably the holodeck. It says that that's damaged. Ooh, sick base damaged, shield generators damaged. Phaser control room. Yeah, a lot of my important rooms here are damaged. Crew quarters, among the most sophisticated technologies within the whole galaxy. Yeah, that's probably what they tell themselves just to make them feel less guilty about it. All the researchers how to incorporate toilets into crew quarters. Oh, yes. Well, to be fair, like it does look like a pretty complex ship, so like imagine like all those pipes, you know, draining over. That's got to, you know, be a complex job. They're discussing what color of paint. You know, having been in the real world for long enough, I could see like, yeah, actually they might well be. Just it might be something like that, you know. Just imagine your character Axaeon as a pimp. That's Daddion. All you need is a cheetah print coat and hat and cool pimp cane. I'm telling you, Daddion is gold. Maybe so, Robo, if you say so. Maybe that can be my next Halloween costume, you know. And the shuttle base damaged. You know, I think of all the things that are damaged, probably the... Okay, there's transporter room, torpedo launch bay, workshop. I think sick bay seems like it probably is the first priority for repair. I still have one repair crew left, though. Maybe I can repair one more thing. Maybe my workshop. Engineers craft items. Crafting item. Okay. Dadion's Axis alter ego. Oh no. If this keeps getting brought up, I'm gonna have to like do a stream on this sometime and incorporate it into my lore, and then what would I do? Alright. So been to this planet. Been to that one. Nothing new to reveal. It's 5 cycles away. Deuterium at max capacity. Ooh, okay. Ooh, notification. Oh. I guess the notification maybe is just that there was nothing new to reveal. It's kind of like an anti-notification. Yeah, so my deuterium... Okay, this max capacity is doing really well. So why don't I go to this class Y planet right here, because I could use more duranium. Okay, good. Sick bay is active. Capacity help to 5 crews simultaneously. And then workshop life support is active. Good. Engineers craft items and work torpedoes within the workshop. Good. That's all very helpful. The ship is coming along, chat. This feels like history repeating itself with AUs. With AUs, oh, like the unit of distance? Like the light years kind of parsecs? Sorry, otherwise I'm not sure I understand the comment. But maybe history is repeating itself. Injured and sick crew will be placed in the sick bay automatically. After treatment, they'll go back to work. Well, good, I hope so. Don't want any malingerers here. Increase the efficiency of the sick bay by assigning a suitable hero. Actually, now I think about it, where's the doctor hologram? We located a rich asteroid field containing valuable materials. One of our scientists suggests using a new experimental mining technique, which has the potential for a much higher yield. But there's a chance it could destroy the asteroids. Well, I mean, if they're just some asteroids, like, who really cares if they are destroyed? Oh, alternate universes, it's fandom term stuff. I see, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't think of that. Just, oh, okay, yeah, alternate universe, that makes sense. It feels like history repeating itself with alternate universes, yeah. It kind of does. Standard mining procedure. Send a probe to determine the best possible approach. Oh, chat, now that I have the science laboratory, which I very prudently constructed just prior to this, I can choose the second option. Ooh, it's a little riskier, but I'm still going to do it, chat. Okay, chat, wish me luck. Here we go. Yes, a success. Captain, we've determined the best possible approach to extract a great number of resources. So that's going to be plus 56. Ooh, minus, due to full storage. Okay, wow. And 10 science points. Okay, so that's good. What else should I make? Science laboratory. Oh, they're still researching the crew quarters. Heroes. Assign a hero to receive an efficiency bonus. Okay, well, Tuvok's in my... I'll assign Tuvok to the science lab. He feels like he'd be pretty useful there. Let's see. Is there anything else I could do? So I need more of this tritanium. That's one of my resources that I don't exactly have a lot of. Ooh, I can repair the torpedo launch bay, though. So, cartography workshop. Oh, I need blueprints to craft items. Like, if I assign Tom Paris to engineering this workshop, minus 14% crafting time. I guess that's because they have to like explain to him how everything works. So, not gonna assign him there. Stellar cartography. Okay, I can't upgrade that. Main engineering. So if I go to... Oh, unlocked by upgrading main engineering. Ooh, if I assign Tom Paris here, it's 14% warp core repair rate. That's kind of cool. The lore is that you hit your head and dreamt that you lived a lifetime as Daddion until you woke up and barely any time passed. Oh yes, we're gonna use that trick. It was all just a dream. Yeah, living my life as Daddion. Would that be a dream or a nightmare, though? That's the real question. Ooh, I can assign Chakotay to the mess hall. I'm sure he will he will like that. +2 morale per cycle. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, phaser control room. That sounds pretty important. But here we'll show, yeah, phaser control room, I'm gonna go ahead and repair that. Uranium at max capacity, okay. And then I don't have any more repair crews. I really need to get some tritanium, so I think I'm gonna see if I can search for that, chat. But like, none of these planets that I'm looking at seem to have any tritanium. Maybe it's a resource that I'm just supposed to get later in the game. Maybe I'm not supposed to have it at this point. He slaps bitches with textbooks and tells them to up their GPA. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it, you know? That's how I feel about that. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this one's only 4 cycles away. So maybe I can get at least a few resources there. Oh, good. Okay, phaser control room. Life support active. Fires a powerful beam. It deals moderate damage to shields, moderate damage to hull. Provide more energy to weapons, increases the fire rate. Additional room increases +2 energy threshold, +50 weapon subsystem health limited to 4. Okay. Ooh, torpedo launch bay is now finished too. Fires torpedoes that deal massive damage to the hull but are almost useless against shields. Providing more energy to weapons increases the fire rate. Good, my ship is really coming along, chat. Like at first, everything was in disrepair, but now more and more systems are getting up to speed. We detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. The debris appears to be the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful in here. So we can collect any accessible resources. Use the tractor beam to try to clump the debris for easier collection. Well, given that I already have 631 and my max is 1,000, I'm going to just go for the easier path. No need to risk it. Yep, looks like I'm now at full storage. Debris field. Oh. I repair some progress. Build emergency quarters. You can find crew in the build menu. Yeah, do I need to build more quarters? Maybe that's... Oh, that's right. They were still researching. Tell you what if... Is there a way to check... Oh yeah, the science laboratory. Let's see how they're doing on... I still need 5 cycles, chat, for them to research how to build the crew quarters. Like, what even is going on? This, even with the mind of Tuvok at their disposal, it's going to take them 5 more days, 5 more cycles just to figure out how to construct a bedroom. Okay, so with that, I think, yeah, I just need to... 8 cycles away, 6 cycles away. Class M planet debris field, 2 cycles away. 4 cycles away. Yeah, if I go to this one, that will take up the necessary time so that I can actually build more crew quarters. Item researched. Crew quarters. Yes, I had a feeling that was coming. Ooh, we can just research crew quarters level 2. Ooh, but it's locked for right now. Need 100. Oh, I wonder why it's locked. Because I have the 100 science points for it. But anyway, I don't want to research that right now. I want to just go ahead and start building the quarters. It accommodates 10 crew, standard Starfleet quarters. Oh, now I have to... I see. So it comes in units of 3. And I only have 2 units free right now. So I'm going to have to... Now it's going to take 6 cycles to repair this one. Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, chat, this is rough. Ooh, shield generator. I should probably repair that too. Okay. Luckily, there aren't any, like, enemies nearby. If there were, I would not be in a good spot. Okay, all my work teams are currently being used. So I shall... Okay, good. Shield generator. Provides the ship with deflector shields during combat. That is indeed important. Raises shield capacity by 40. Guys, just push a bed in there and it's done. I'm more worried about their hygiene. Yeah, I suppose hygiene does play a role in morale. Sorry, Captain, this bed thing is just a mystery. It does give us 5 more days. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like amateur hour here on the USS Voyager. If I were the captain, I would not be standing for this. Asteroid fields. Ooh, yeah, if there were asteroid fields, that would make it harder, especially with no shields yet. The bed wasn't invented yet, apparently. Yeah, I do not know what is going on with with this game and beds. But at least I have my shield generated now. Deploy probes for safer, faster collection. Risk to maneuver Voyager into the unknown of the cloud. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to play it safe here. Okay, good. So that's enough deuterium for right now. Ooh, good. I have a repair crew ready. Oh, but there's going to be 3 more cycles to fix this room. Can I fix the shuttle bay? No. Yeah, it looks like the big things for me to fix require tritanium, which there doesn't seem to be any in this region of space. Yeah, that requires tritanium. The bridge, management. All right then. Well, this one's 5 cycles away, so if I travel here, then I shall... That's right. Dismantled ruined room. So now I can build what I wanted to build there. Chat, we have finally managed to build the crew quarters. That was a lot harder than I expected it to be. Or actually, correct me on that, chat. We have finally managed to start building the crew quarters. Sorry, we've done the necessary research now, like the 2 weeks of research to figure out how to build a bed. Now we just need 8 more days to actually, like, put the bed in the room. I mean, you know how hard these things are, chat. It's harder than it looks. You've got to be patient with them and cut them some slack. Maybe the room is done as they're just researching how to decorate it. How do we feel about bunk beds, or do we do singles? Like something like that. It has to be going on for it to take this long. Let's go, guys. Yes, let's go indeed. Do you have any weapon systems online? There was the torpedo bay that I fixed recently, and then the phasers. So I think we do have weapon systems online. It's just we haven't had to use them yet. Like, the phaser control room. I had to repair that one earlier. But now that I have repair room at the ready... Let's see, ruined room. Torpedo launch bay. Yeah, some of these... See, like, I can't access these decks unless I repair life support. And I can't repair life support without tritanium. So I'm trying to see, like, if there's a ruined room I can repair somewhere that I can access. But these have already been repaired. Oh, I need some more of that duranium also. Shield generator. Bridge. Okay, now this deck I could repair some of these ruined rooms. Yeah, why don't I go ahead and remove this one. Okay. Class P planet, 6 cycles away. Well, this one looks like it has some materials on it, so I might as well go ahead. Construction for ruined room dismantled. Yes, that is what I like to hear. Also, it looks like my morale is actually a little bit lower than I suspected. I need to build more quarters. Oh, that's right. Quarterless 50. I have 50 like homeless crew basically on my ship. 568. Yeah, let's take the safe route here. Okay, good. Now my deuterium is maxed out. Something about the mental image of a group of scientists gathering together to decode and understand how a bed is built. It's so funny to me. Yeah, like if this were one of the episodes of the show and they had that be like the premise of the episode, it would be like one of the bad episodes. Like one of the episodes that everyone would be like, oh yeah, you can skip that one. And you know, like every Star Trek show, there's going to be a few episodes like that. This would be one of those. Yep, no doubt in my mind. Oh, now that I have a repair crew ready, let's see, can I build more crew quarters here? Yes. 8 cycles. Oh, no available work team. Oh, because they're building the crew. Okay, that's fine. So chat, it's just going to take them 8 more cycles to build, to put another bed in this area that's already been cleared out. But we can't expect too much of them, chat, you know. It's a rough life out there on the starship. And I think I've been to like all of these planets. So nothing to do now except just keep flying around. Ooh, quarter problem. Oh no. Captain, I need to address the lack of quarters. Many are sleeping in the corridors and morale is suffering. I'd suggest building new quarters so more people can sleep in their own beds. You'll have 40 cycles to accomplish this task. Build 1 new quarters of your choice. Build enough quarters to accommodate all of the crew. Not now, we have more pressing matters at hand. Yeah, I'm already engaged in this. Like, there's already new quarters being built, but if I tell Tuvok, maybe he'll help me out here. Yeah, build enough quarters to accommodate all of the crew. Construction port. Okay, good. Crew quarters, life support active. Accommodates 10 crew in standard Starfleet quarters. Oh, pursuit of happiness, Tuvok. Captain, I sense a heaviness upon the crew spirit. Being stranded in the Delta Quadrant has taken its toll. A small gesture, like improving quarters, yeah. Like you haven't been on my case enough about that lately. Better meals or time on the holodeck might boost morale. Some of the crew could leave. Yeah, 40 cycles to accomplish this task. Gain at least 5 morale per cycle for 15 cycles. Activate replicator rations for 20 cycles. Well, I'm already doing replicator rations, so I don't know if that's going to help. Go to upgrade an observation lounge. No, I can't choose that option yet. I guess I have to research it first. Yeah, I don't know exactly how Tuvok's going to accomplish this. Like, if I just tell him, increase crew morale by +5 per cycle for 15 cycles. Like, what's he going to do? Is he going to, like, become a jester and, like, put on a show for them or something in the corridors? I mean, hey, like, whatever he tries, like, I'm up for it. I just want to know the specifics, you know? Okay, so that's going to hopefully increase morale. Okay, good. Crew quarters life support active, accommodates 10 crew. So now that my crew is there, I wonder, are there any... Okay, still 30 crew quarterless. Oh, this is cool too. You can see like your crew members' names and where they work. But now that that has been cleared out, I need to remove this one. And yeah, might as well remove this one too. Okay, 6 cycles. Maybe this needed a bit more play testing about the bedrooms, because this seems like the hardest part. Yeah, surprisingly, like, this has been the main challenge so far of the game, is just figuring out how to build enough beds. I did not anticipate this. I do not remember this part of the episode, the first episode. This is like the extended cut, you know, of Voyager episode 1. I think it's like they get more time in the holodeck. I mean, that would increase morale too, if I could figure out a way to do that. I don't think I can repair the holodeck yet, because the materials I need to repair it are not in the star system. But it would be great if I could. It does make for great content, though. Well, I'm glad someone is enjoying it. So thank you, Web of Concepts, for mentioning that. Okay, good. I have that repaired, or not repaired, but those ruined rooms have been dismantled. Okay, chat. Time to put an end to this crew homelessness issue once and for all. There shall be no homeless on my ship, because I'm going to build enough quarters for everyone. Oh, well, sorry, scratch that. I will build enough quarters for everyone once I have the necessary supplies. Which, come on, one of these planets has to have some duranium. Come on, duranium anywhere in this universe? But wow, like, what a pretty view that is. Or maybe I can't build enough quarters yet. Maybe I just have to go back to the caretaker and finish there and see what that does. Deuterium running low. Ooh, it is running low. Captain, we've got a major problem brewing down in engineering. Deuterium levels are critical. The ship won't last long without a refuel. If we don't locate a new supply soon, we'll be adrift in space with no energy, no life support. We need to act fast. We'll have 25 cycles to accomplish this task. Understood. We'll stock up on 900 deuterium. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's stock up on 900. Oh, these are like quests, I suppose. Deuterium running low. Store deuterium. The thing is, like, I don't know, like, where I'm supposed to get any more, because I've already scanned all these planets. And that's my, okay, notifications, nothing happening there. And it's supposed to have, like, a symbol if there's any... if there's any deuterium. Ooh, okay. Good news, chat. My crew quarters life support is active. Caring about your workers? Isn't the storage closet cozy to sleep in? Yeah, I mean, what I think is going on is that most of them were sleeping in the corridor, but maybe for a select few, like, they were able to get special privileges and get the storage closet, and maybe there was little envy and resentment among the rest of the crew. Like, oh, you got a storage closet position? Why didn't I get a storage closet position? Huh? What did you do to get that special privilege? Make them sleep on their work desk so I can identify with their work better. Ooh. Yeah, these are some good ideas. I'd like it if the game gave us an option like that. Maybe it will at some point. Energy loss report. Deuterium depleted. Entering gray mode. Ooh. Deactivated rooms due to energy loss. Oh no, chat. The deactivated rooms include the crew quarters that I've just been spending all this time building. The crew are not going to be happy about this. I think I might have a mutiny on my hands. Sick bay? Okay, yeah, who cares about sick bay? But yeah, the crew quarters, this is going to be the main issue. You are completely out of deuterium. Without it, the warp core is shut down and only emergency power is available. This is called gray mode. While traveling in gray mode, you won't use any deuterium, but most rooms will be deactivated to conserve energy. Okay, I see. Gray mode. Well, oh, now I have 50 crew that are that are homeless too. Okay. So I'm gonna scan every planet I can and just because I think I've already scanned them, but yeah, it's giving me this. Okay, nothing new to reveal. Class K star, Class M star, Interstellar Cloud. I like how all these notifications, too, are just nothing new to reveal. It's kind of like an anti-notification, you know? Like one day, if your phone just vibrated or beeped or played a little jingle, and then you looked at it, and the phone was just like, nothing new to report, just letting you know, like, you know, everything's on course. Everything's just happening the way it was, just letting you know that there's nothing to report. That's kind of how I feel about some of the notifications in this game. Well, maybe if I go over here, out of deuterium, your mess hall will now give out emergency rations. Oh no, that's bound to help the crew feel even better. Build emergency quarters, you can find under crew in the build menu. So, okay, yeah, this is the one that's offline. And I can't get any more life support because I need more energy. And to get the energy, I need the deuterium. And for the deuterium, I need to find a source for it. But doesn't appear to be much in the way of resources. I tell you what, can I go? Okay, I can't go to the star. Maybe I go to this Class Y planet. Maybe I'll find more of those abandoned ships. There's got to be something out here, chat. Please tell me I haven't been playing this game wrong the whole time. Like, I really don't know what else I'm supposed to be looking for. Oh, now my crew's hungry too? Okay. Like, legitimately at this point, they might mutiny against me. Yeah, because morale is only 238. This might be a shorter stream than anticipated, chat. It is looking dire out here. I would give advice, but all I know about this game is how hard it is to build a bed. Yeah, maybe I should have picked, like, the easier difficulty. The thing is, like, it just seems to me the way it's set up is, like, you have a limited number of resources, and once you use them all, and there's nothing else you can do, and, like, the rest of your resources just dwindle. Interstellar Cloud? Yeah, I mean, might as well go there. Ooh, final warning. Captain, I witnessed a fight between crew members today. Good people, pushed to the brink. This incident is a symptom of the despair and anger festering aboard Voyager. Morale is dangerously low. We cannot ignore this crisis any longer. Build or improve quarters, select replicator rations in the mess hall, turn on the holodeck, or do something else. Like, give these people something to do. You have 50 cycles to accomplish that. We must increase morale, or this is the end. Okay, Tuvok, you're going to be our new morale officer. I know you're up to the task. So I wish I could say that, but like I really just don't. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Is there anything I can do? Was my problem earlier, like, did I gather resources too fast, and that way, like, when I hit the max, the rest of them were just kind of jettisoned, and like I was supposed to use them more slowly? I mean, at this point, that's my best hypothesis, but I feel like if the game really worked that way, I'm a little surprised there wasn't anything in, like, the tutorial screens about it. I kind of just imagined, like, there would always be more resources to find if you went far enough, but it's looking like that's not quite how it works. So I'll just tell Tuvok, yeah, we must increase morale, or this is the end. Oh, that was a promise I made? But I thought, like, if I... Sorry, quarter problem. Promise broken. The crew is very unhappy about the broken promise, Captain. Morale minus 200. I'm already at 0. I can't afford minus 200. So, see, earlier, when Tuvok was saying like, okay, we must increase morale, I thought that if I clicked that option, like that was going to happen automatically. Like he would find a way to make it happen. But it looks like instead the game was interpreting that as a promise that I was making, like that I was going to make it happen. And yeah, I'm sorry, Tuvok. I didn't realize that was how everyone was interpreting things. You know, silly me. I totally, yeah, that was my bad, Tuvok. Hope the crew understands though, you know. It's hard, you know, like first day on the job, you're in the Delta Quadrant. It's just one of those situations. Yeah, you can just tell them, you know, please don't mutiny, you know, I'll fix it. It'll be under control when it's all under control. Morale minus 80. Okay, so I'm 0 morale, and it looks like minus 80 per cycle. And I have 49 cycles to raise morale. But it's going to be hard to raise morale when I can't do anything. I mean, earlier I thought maybe if I go to the array, like I could advance the story a little bit. Deuterium, the crew is very unhappy about the broken promise, Captain. Okay, look, you don't have to tell me. Tuvok already told me about the other broken promise. I didn't realize they were promises that I made when I thought they were just things like you were going to do to like fix it. I think there might also be an issue with chat as it filters my genius insights into the quarters issue. Oh, maybe there is. Sorry to hear that, Web of Concepts. I do have mine set to live chat for whatever it's worth, but yeah, I guess some of them are getting censored. I know it's annoying when YouTube does that. Yeah. Well, the only good thing is that even with all of these losses of morale, I'm already at 0, so maybe like I can't go any lower. So at least there's that. I would have pulled up Google by now. This would stress me to the max. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is always an option, and one that I actually did not think of until right now. Normally when I play a game like this, for the first time, I try to just power through it and like avoid doing that the first time, but it might actually have been the best to do that. Because yeah, it seems like something must have gone majorly wrong because there's just like nothing that I can do. And I'm stuck in this star system. If there were like other planets or other stars I could go to, then that would be one thing. But alas, it seems that I am forced to remain here. But now that you mention that, maybe I will just briefly go to Google. That would be my last hope. This is like me, and if I were the captain, I'd be saying, like, computer, tell me how to get past this situation. Arobo says, I looked it up. There is just enough deuterium to get through the main mission. Don't overexpand. That's all I found on Steam. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the issue. Maybe I overexpanded. Like, because I did decide to repair the, like, torpedo bay in the shields and the phaser room. But see, the thing is, like, I thought that was okay. Like, I thought we were supposed to be just, like, repairing the ship in general. I didn't realize the resources on each of the planets were going to be so limited that we had to, like, prioritize the crew quarters first before, like, the weapon systems and the shields and all of that. Like, prioritizing the weapon system and shields sort of locks you into a place where, like, there's nothing else you can do now to win the game. So let's see, I have 41 cycles to finish. Oh, okay, and that keeps an active count right there. Also, everyone is bitching about deuterium. Oh, I see. So looks like I'm not the only one who's run into this issue then. You can only repair what the tour tells you, from what it seems. Well, Interesting, because I don't think the tutorial told me to repair like the torpedo bay or shield room, but I just saw that it needed to be repaired, and so I did. But yeah, certainly I wish the game had said something about that, though, because otherwise I feel like it was kind of misleading to like let you repair those things, but secretly have it be the case that it like locks you into losing the game. It's kind of funny how the crew quarters is a game-ending issue. Like it's basically a soft lock. Like if you don't make the exact right decisions on the crew quarters early in the game. Stress, I tell you, this would piss me off. Yeah, I mean, there are some things I like about this game, but I feel like this was, to be honest, kind of a major oversight for the beginning of the game. Oh, here's Tuvok again to remind me of the quarter crisis. Captain, part of the crew is still sleeping in the corridors. Yeah, I mean, who cares? I strongly advise you to do something, or the crew will lose faith in your ability as captain. Or maybe you can thank your officers by providing them their own quarters. Oh, I see. My own officers like you, Tuvok. Is that what you're trying to insinuate here? Like maybe you should get special privileges? 40 cycles to accomplish this. Yeah, build new crew quarters or officers' quarters. Build enough quarters to accommodate all the crew. I'm just going to tell them, not now. We have more pressing matters at hand. Because I know how this works now. Like, these are not things that will get done by Tuvok. These are, like, promises that I'm making. Which is another thing the game doesn't really put very clearly. But, yeah, so not now. We have more pressing matters at hand. The crew regrets your decision, Captain. Morale minus 200. The thing is, like, my morale's already at 0, so it doesn't even matter that it's minus 200. I get how frustrating it is, but at least for me, it's hilarious to imagine. Like, the scientists not only can't figure out how beds work, but also whine about not having them to the captain. True. Yeah, there's that sort of, what's the right word for it? It's like a comedy of errors, this game, you know? Well, I tell you what, I do kind of want to see what the mutiny scene is like, so I'm just going to fly around to planets, because there's nothing else I can do at this point. And with the 12 cycles out of the way, I guess we will see the final, like, an ending scene, and then it will probably kick me out to the main menu. Probably gonna get like one more warning from Tuvok, but at this point it's a lost cause. Okay, one more cycle left, chat. Here we go. Ready for some mutiny? I hope it gives us an exciting cutscene. Your journey ends here. The crew has mutinied due to a complete collapse in morale. You were stripped of your captain rank. Learn from your leadership mistakes and set a new course. Oh yes, my leadership mistakes. Like not building enough beds fast enough. Or not researching and having enough materials to build the beds fast enough. That was my Achilles heel, chat. My one tragic flaw. This game is basically a Greek tragedy. Game over. Morale is low. And the crew has mutinied. Reload save. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any saves that help me in this one. Can you get back materials from rooms already built? I think that might be an option some of the time. Like some of the crew quarters, I think I could probably dismantle. I don't know if you could dismantle the rooms that are already there, like engineering and sickbay. You probably can't dismantle those, but crew quarters you probably could. Of course, the thing is, like, since there weren't enough crew quarters in the first place, and that was the whole problem, I feel like if I dismantled them, that would probably just set me even farther back. So I really don't know exactly what we're supposed to do in the first part of it. Oh, so I guess the gas giants, if that's a thing, are meant to respawn deuterium. Oh, but it's bugged and they don't. Oh, I see. So maybe that's what it is. The game just needs like a patch to to have those respawn more deuterium. That's useful info, Robo, so thank you for sharing that. Man, the budget on this game is tight, more so than old rich woman's corset. Yeah, you know what I think? It's kind of a strange parallel in a way. Because, like, with the budget of this game being tight and the resource constraints being tight, there's kind of a neat little parallelism. Or maybe neat's not the right word for it, but it does seem oddly fitting that ends up being the issue. Well, I can say, chat, I think that's probably all for me today. I might come back to this game at some point, maybe like if they patch it and if they're able to get it fixed. If I do, it'll probably, maybe I'll like play the first level off stream and like do the tutorial again and, you know, pick up on stream at a later point just so people can see something new. I do have to say, yeah, this first session, it's a little disappointing just in the way that apparently there was that bug that just kind of made it impossible to progress. But apparently, at least judging from some comments in the chat, it was fun content to watch me flounder about and just flail around trying to find some way to build enough crew quarters and enough beds. So for anyone who enjoyed it for that aspect, I'm glad that you were able to get that part of it. The beds won this battle. It was fun to watch, though. Yeah, why don't I go back to... Here we go. This is a little bit better. But yeah, I know some people said they were watching this stream kind of as something to fall asleep to. So for anyone who was watching it that way, I hope that they have managed to fall asleep by now. But if you haven't, then there are, of course, plenty of other good videos to watch to fall asleep to. And I'm working on something that might help with that. So stay tuned on this channel if you would like to have something else that might help you to fall asleep. Blaze Cube says, I had fun with the stream, to be honest. Have a good night, X. Thank you, Blaze Cubes. I had fun having you here. As painful as that was for me, it would have been much more painful without you all here, chat, to help me through it. So please know that I do genuinely appreciate it very much. I know this week I haven't had a schedule posted, and that's because I've mostly been focusing on some longer term projects, some videos that I'm recording and editing and some things like that. But I'll try to stream a little bit later this weekend. I don't know if it'll be this game. It might be a different game, but in any case, if I do, I will be sure to post that again soon. In the meantime, chat, I would say, yeah, the best way to experience Voyager, at least right now, is probably not playing this game. At least not until like a patch comes out or something and they fix some of the issues with it. But you can always watch some actual episodes of Voyager, which I've been sort of slowly making my way through it, and I'm currently on season 3. So it's a solid show. And for anyone who is not familiar with Star Trek, I always do recommend watching the classic Star Treks. But all right, everyone, I think that is about all for tonight. As always, thank you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the evening. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.